Hi guys, today we are going to start to a new topic, or the most important topic in the C programming language, which is named with the pointer structure in the C programming language. Okay, as always we need to create a project with the addition of the empty project in terms of the C++ programming, and so we push next button in here, and so this is the week 12, and so we need to set the location of these projects, and so in our computers list 12, not the week 12 should be selected. Okay, and so we should always check this place solution and the project in the same directory in here, and so we're gonna create this project. Okay, and so as always we have the source file, resource file, or header file in here with the project solution of the week 12, and as the with the same name of the solution name. Okay, and so firstly we need to add the new item to the source file, and C++ file should be named with the main C++, but in our lesson we need to take this name or the extension as the C. Okay, and so we have an editor in here and then we can test the program results in here for everything is okay, and so the printf should be added in here like this one, hello guys. Okay, and so if I run this program by pushing the Ctrl F5 button in here, and then we get the debug console session with the written object of the hello guys. Okay, and so this is the first program, but our topic today is to pointer. Okay, pointers. Yeah. Okay, and so firstly we should discuss about what is the pointers. The pointer is that the pointer is an address on RAM section, and so the point or the pointer points some specific location on the RAM section. How can we describe the whole things like this one? For example, 000, the first address of these things, and so 0000010 is a binary section in here, 001 0000100, and so this goes on like this one, 0 or 0, F can be written in here, and so 1100010. Okay, this is the specific general description on the RAM point by the binary usage technique. Okay, because in the RAM we stores the bytes, which means that 8 bytes, okay, or 8 bits. Okay, 8 bits. And so in the RAM structure or in the programming techniques, we should obtain or we should reach the specific location of the RAM by using some tools on the C programming language, because everything in the microprocessors or the processors needs an address or the specific RAM location or the specific memory location. Okay, because if we have this location, and so we can store the integer value or the double value or the any type which is defined in the C programming language or the C compiler. Okay, and so what is the address of this section? The address is given by to what? 0000, 0001 or 0FFF. Okay, this is the address of these things. Okay, the structure of address on the RAM can be given by using this analogy. And so we should return the main question of our lessons. What is the pointer? Pointer is the another type like the integer value or double value or float or char or blah 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 defined in the C programming language. And so what's the purpose of this pointer or another type which stores the address of the integer value, another or data type like integer value, double value, float value or char value or any structure can be defined in the C programming language. And so the pointer means that another type or the any variable type which stores the not the value of the integer value or the double value but the address of the integer, double or float or char values. Okay, and so this is the pointer. And so what do we need to use it? In the C programming language has an excellent property to reach the address location of the RAM points. In the C# or Java or not Java, sorry, Python, Visual Basic or the high-level programming language does not have the pointer structure or the data type. And so you can easily create an object with the based on some mechanism given by this Python or Visual Basic or C# programming compilers, and so you don't need to use the pointers. And so these languages is very slow with respect to the C programming language, but it's easy to run or write a code in this programming language. But in the microprocessors or microcontroller, or we can add the many example session in here, but basically in the mechatronic engineering application we can utilize these two things, microprocessors and microcontrollers. And so if we are using these things, and so there are specific address points or locations on these kinds of processors. And so if we are gonna use this microprocessor or controller with the programming techniques, and so we need to use the pointer address of these processors. Okay, and so the basic difference of the C with the other language is that the usage of the pointers. We can program or we can create a program with a low level design, with the vast characteristics of these things. And so if we are using the C programming language, we can enable or we can reach the every property of the microprocessors or any processors on the computer structure or the microcontroller structure or the I/O structure or the something like that. Everything is in here. Okay, the C is the father of the programming language. And so this is why we use the pointers in the C or in the software languages. Okay, this is the most appropriate description related to the pointers. Okay, and so how can we use these pointer structures? We can explain the example session because it's more clear than the general description related to the given on this session. Okay, and so firstly we should include the stdio.h point in here, and integer main should be written in this position. Firstly, we can start to analyze the main function body. As I recall, or as you recall, in the previous lesson, we can define the main function as a what? The starting address point on RAM location. Okay, and so if we need to use the main function body, and so we should reach it. But in the Microsoft Visual Studio Code or any integrated development environment, the main is masked by the compiler or by the IDE structure. Okay, and so we don't need to use the address point because the IDE or the compiler sets this address point on any given RAM. Okay, but in microcontrollers it's different. We should know the address of the main function body in order to program these microprocessors or microcontrollers. Okay, and so in the main RAM location like this one, 0x, this is the totally shit, and so A, B, 9, A, 7, A. Okay, like this one. The address of the main is started with these points. This is not real, but like this one. Okay, but as I told, the pointer, the another different type of the like the integer double value, but with the basic difference is that the which is stores the address of the another data types. Okay, for example, integer a is equal to the 5 in here, and so we can easily write the a value in here like this one, %d new line, and so a can be given at this point. Okay, and so a is equal to the what? Is equal to the 5. And so what is the address of the integer a value on the RAM location? And so finally we can use the pointer structure in here. Okay, like this one, in order to show the address of this a variable. Address of a can be given by what? %p. P is a specific notation or the extension point to describe the pointer types on the C programming language, like this one. D represents the integer value on the string characters, and so P represents the address of to what? To any type in the C programming language. Okay, and so in order to obtain the any data points in C programming language, we can use the ampersand operators in here, ampersand or the AND operator in here. And so with the left hand side, at the left hand side of the variable, and so this returns the address of the a variable. Okay, on what? On the RAM location, guys. And so if I run this program, and then what? The value of a is equal to the what? Is equal to the 5. But the address of A is equal to the what? 003EF74C. Okay, what's this? This is the address of our A value on my computer. You should remember that on my computer, RAM stores the A variable at the address location of the what with the value of the 003EF74C. Okay, this is the address of the what, the RAM location that stores the A variable. Okay, and so what about the double variable? Double B is equal to the 7 1 in here, and so we can write the printf in here. B is equal to the percentage LF. LF represents or describes the double type on the string notation. Okay, and so we can add the new line character in here, and so B can be given by like this one. And so what about the address of distance? Address of B variable is equal to the what? Is equal to the pointer type, because the every pointer in the RAM location is stored as the integer values of distance, because we don't have the float point on the RAM location, because the 1 2 3 4 6, it's all about the integer values. Okay, and so but not on the quantum computers, but it's not about this lesson. And so ampersand B can be given also in this notation. And so if I run this program, and so what, the A stores the 5 value, but address of A is stored with the what, the 0085FD44. and so B is equal to what, 7.1, and address of this points is in the what, is in the this notation 0085 FD and 34. Okay, and so what's the meaning of these address points? For example, in this notation the A has a 4 bytes, because the integer stores or locates or describe with the 4 bytes usage in the C programming language. Okay, and so we can write this notation in here like this one. The address of the starting point is where is this notation. Okay, 0085 FD44. Okay, and so this is the basic address of these things. And so the 5 value is equal to the what, is equal to the 000000. Okay, and so how can we describe the another range in this notation? 45 000000, and so 0085 FD 46 000000, and so 0085 FD 47. Okay, and so in this notation the 4 value is equal to the what, is equal to the these things. Okay, because this gives us the 4, this gives us the 5, and so this is the binary representation of our integer value on the RAM address, because on the RAM we know that 0085 FD44 is the starting address of this thing, but you should notice that this 5 value is not on this starting address point, because the byte of the integer value is equal to the 4, and so we need the 4 value or 4 byte value to store the 5 value, and so this is the last point of these things. But in this notation the FD47 stores this binary notation on the RAM structure. Okay, not the CPU structure, not the processors. Okay, because we have the RAM value in here. And so the same story is current for the what, the address of the B value, like this one, but in the B value this stores the what, the 8 bytes, okay, in this system. And so what is the pointer on this notation? The pointer is the variable. This is not the pointer, this is the address value. But what is the pointer? Pointer is the another type, int star, okay, int star a ptr, okay, this is the pointer. And so int star b ptr, this is the pointer, okay, because the integer is the type of the any variable in C programming language, but int star is also a new type on the C programming language. And so if the aptr is the pointer type, and so we can say that aptr can be equalized to what, the a value. bptr can be equalized or assigned to b value. And so if I write these things like this one, aptr %p new line, and so aptr can be assigned to this point, and so bptr %p new line bptr can be given at this position. And so if I run this program, there is no syntax error. Congratulations, guys. But you should also notice that the address of A is to what, 00B8F8454, and so aptr is equal as well this address of things. And so bptr is equal to the what, the address of B. And so this is the pointer, but this ampersand B is an address, okay, but this is the pointer type, okay. And so int star or double star can be given by the name of the pointer types. And so what is the pointer? Pointer is this, int star aptr or double star bptr, okay. This is the general and technical definition of the pointers on the C programming language, okay. And so if I run this program and then the RAM address is changed, but the aptr is equal to the what, the address of A, bptr is equal to what, address of B, okay. And so this is the general syntax of the pointer types, okay. It's the first example session related to what, related to the definition of the pointers. But what's the advantage of the using of the pointers? This are the next topics, okay. And so how can we use the pointers on the C, okay. And firstly, return the first or the previous example, integer x is equal to the 5, okay. And so if we have the integer star or address operator on this notation, xptr can be initialized with the what, the address of the x value, okay. This totally the not compiler error, and so there is no syntax error in here. But if we have the x pointer address in here, and so we can use the printf x is equal to the what percentage d value, and so x can be written like this one, and so as well as the address of the x is equal to the what percentage p value, and so the x ptr can be given by using these things, and so as well as the address of the x can be given by using this ampersand notation. And so if I run this program, the 0 1 2 blah 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 is the same with the previous and the next address points. Okay. And so if we have this notation, how can we reach the value of the integer or the x? But by using the what? By using the pointers. In general means we can say that the first the two new line can be given at this position, and so printf x is equal to the what percentage d new line can be also given here, but the x value or the value of the x can also be obtained by the using the star operator in here. Okay, x ptr. And so the ampersand is used for what? To obtain the address value of the x value in here. But if we are using the star operator in here, and so we can obtain the what? The internal value of this pointer address. And so if I run this program, and then in the second session x is equal to the 5 is directly related to what? This printf function. But in the second notation, and so printf x is equal to the percentage d or the integer value, but the address of these things is operand with the what? The star operator gives us the value of the integer 1. Okay, and so there are 2 points in here. The ampersand is used for to obtain the address of these values or the variable, and so star is used to what? The inside value or the value of the this address location. Okay. And so how can we use this notation? Like this one, printf new line can be given in here. And so if I obtain the value of this xptr value by using star notation, and so xptr can be assigned to 12 value in here now. And so if I assign the xptr 12 value in here, what's the value of the x? You should notice that the xptr star is assigned to 12 value because xptr is point to what? The x value or the address of the x. And so if we have the value of the xptr by using the star operator, and so assigned to the 12, and so x should be changed by or the after this operation. And so if I run this program, and so x is equal to the 12, but we can only use the x value in here, or we use the x value, not the star xptr, but the x is also changed. This is the wonderful property to use the pointer structure. If you have an address of the any variable or the any RAM section, and so you can change the values of the any variable or the any structure or the any bytes in the RAM structure. this is the most advantageous or the most powerful tool on the C programming language by using the pointer structure. C# or Python or the Visual Basic or any high-level language cannot possess this structural notation. In the C programming language, the writing a code is hard, but you can access any points on your computer structure or the processor or the microcontroller, microprocessors. Okay, this is wonderful. And so, how can we use effectively this wonderful notation in here? And so, these are the example 2, but the main advantage or another main advantage of the using the pointers can be described by using the function or the passing value to the function structure in the C programming language. For example, include stdio.h int main, and so return 0 value can be given at this point. And so void func is another function in here. Integer a can be defined by like this one, a equal to the 5. Okay, and so if I define the a is equal to the 12, and so func can be called by the a function, and so printf a is equal to the %d new line, and so a. And so what's the final value of the a variable in here? Firstly, you can think that the func as a parameter with the parameter of the integer value, and so a is initialized value is equal to the what? The 12 value. And so if func by calling with the a, and so a should be equal to the 5 in normal conditions. But if I run this program, and surprise, a is not change. And so what's wrong with this code? The wrong is that this a is created in every time the func is called. Okay, and so this a is only giving to this func as a value, and so a does not change by using to this func function, even if the v can assign to a is equal to the 5. But if I use the pointer structure like this one, this is the first example of this session, and so we can comment of the whole this line in here like this one. This is the first example. A does not change by using this structure. But if I define a12, and so the func ptr is another function, and if we are using the address value of the a value in here, the printf function is equal to the what? %d new line, and so a. And so if I write the another function, func ptr function, with the parameter of the address notation of integer a in here, okay, and so inside operator or the star operator at the left hand side of this variable is equal to the 5, and so what happens? This happens. A is equal to the 5, and so this is the another main usage of the pointer values. Passing pointer to another function gives us to change the values of the variable that stored in the main function body or the another main function bodies, okay? Because in this scope we can use the pointers, and so we cannot use the pointers in the func or normal func function, okay? Because this A is different from this A, but the pointers is universal, okay? Pointers are universal data type, and so every pointer shares the same address on the C programming language, even if the functions are different, scopes are different, or the anything are different on the editor or this compiler, okay? Because we have only one RAM storage, and so if we have the address of the RAM point, and so we can assign any variable in the another functions. This is called the passing address or the passing pointers to another function. Okay, and so if we can give this notation, and then we can reinitialize all the values, or we can assign the whole the values by using this notation. This is the third example is related to what the pointer usage. But what about the array structure? As in the previous lesson we have talked about it, and so include stdio.h, and so int main function body in here, and so the basic difference is that integer a 5 can be initialized by the 0 value, and so for integer I is equal to 0, I smaller than 5, I plus plus, and so we can run this program to what a %d is equal to the what is equal to the %d new line, and so in the first place I and I can be given a this structure like this one 0 0 0. Okay. And so how can we use the pointers to represent the whole this feature by using the passing address to another function mechanism on the C programming language? And so we can also give the void display array function in here like this one, integer star a. Okay, and so how can we use this notation in here like this one? For integer I is equal to the 0, and so I is smaller than size value. Okay, we should give also a size value in here like this one, integer size, and so e plus plus, and then we can write this notation printf a, or not a in here like this one, %d empty space, and so a e. Okay, we can use this notation, and so printf new line can be given to these blocks. And so if I use the display array function in here like this one, and so display array a and what the size value 5. If I run this program, and then 0 0 0 0 0 is assigned to what? To a array. Okay. And so if we are using the normal stage of these things, and then we cannot use the array structure to initialize any variable in here, and then what? if we write the initialize array function with the definition of a 5 and start points like this one, 12 value, we can write this initialize array function like this one, void initialize array like this one, integer star a value, size value, and so the assign value, integer assigned value, or the set value. Okay, and so what about this notation? And so if we have these things, integer I is equal to 0, I smaller than size, and I plus plus, and so every loop ai should be assigned to what? The set value. Okay, but it's only possible if we are using the pointer structure on the C programming language. And so if I run this program, and then what? We have 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 value on this notation. And so if I change the structure like this one, or if I run this code, the initialize array with the what? -5. And so if I run this program, and then the array structure or the array values is changed with the what? The -5 value. This wonderful and powerful mechanism providing us to what? To the C programming language. This is the main general notation of the what? To use the display array and initialize array of these things. Okay, and so if we have this kind of mechanism, and so no matter what the functions are used on the C programming language, we can change the any variable notation onto what? Onto another function notations. Okay, and so the pointer gives us a way to proceed with the universal notation on the C programming language. Okay, and so if we have a universal variable to pass to another function or another file, and so we can access the any variable in the what? In the another location of our codes. And so high level programming language can be created by using this mechanism, but with masking mechanism. And so you can easily code in the high level language like the C# or Java or Visual Basic or Python, but based on the what? The pointer masking mechanisms. Okay, this is wonderful. But in the C programming language, we should use the pointer structure to pass the any variable to another function bodies, or the another files, or the another libraries. Okay, this is the last topic of this lesson. In the next week, we should utilize the pointer to what? To create the extensive example sessions related to the what? Related to the random number generation or the anything else in the C programming language. I hope you learn about the anything, everything in the pointers, but in one lesson you cannot accomplish this task, but this is the starting point to analyze and understand of the pointer structure on the C programming language. See you guys.